Hello there, it's Diorama Don here once more. Welcome everybody. Some weeks ago I made a model of a V2 rocket. Some may remember that. If you're interested, well, it's entitled How to Make a V2 Rocket, so please look it up. It was just polystyrene and black and white paint really, and then 4 fins on the bottom, so quite easy to do. So I thought I'd utilise the rocket into a launchpad system. So this is supposed to represent the testing site at Peenemünde. Now I'm not saying for 1 second that the factories behind there are anything like the factory at Peenemünde. They're just some of the industrial buildings I've made in previous dioramas, just to make it look a little more interesting, that's all. So the testing site at Peenemünde, once the Allies got wind of what was going on, was bombed. So the whole shebang was moved further into Germany. But Peenemünde is generally accepted as the main site for testing of V2 rockets. Without which, of course, there would have been no space program. Because it was the first vehicle that actually went into space. There would have been no space program and no satellites. So without the V2, you wouldn't be able to watch this over the internet. So anyway, I digress. There were a number of rockets made, quite a few really. 3,000 were launched over to the UK, and if you see the intricacies of how they were made and assembled and readied for launch, you wonder how they had the time to launch so many. It's a very complicated thing to do. So anyway, I'll give you a closer look. I made the launch pad at the bottom there, and then the oxygen tank, the cradle also for the oxygen tank, and the gantry that holds the V2 rocket vertical. I've put a few fuel lines in, so if you're interested, then the rest of the video will be how I went about making a launch pad for a V2 rocket. So I've got my V2 rocket that I made in a previous video. If you're interested, please refer to the video to see how I made it. But what we need now is the launch pad. Well, there are a few videos on the internet showing you the launch of V2 rockets, and you can just pretty much basically make out this kind of shape for the launch pad, the base there. So what I've done on a piece of 2mm card, or 4 pieces anyway, 1 3/4 by 3.5, I think, and then that kind of angled shape on the sides there. So this is basically the shape that way around. So when these 4 pieces are put together, and then this kind of shape on the top, if you can see that, and then this will sit on there and be the launch pad. So I need to, well, finish all 4 off, stick them together, and come back, and we'll have a launch pad, I hope. So I stuck the 4 sides together, put the top on, put a base on there, and then on closer inspection I saw that there was levelling pads on all 4 corners. So a little bit of barbecue stick and a bit of 3mm cardboard, just chamfered on the sides there. That makes a decent looking levelling pad. The middle there is the top part of a washing up liquid bottle, which is what we're going to need next anyway. Yeah, the green bit. So that sticks in the middle there, and then with the V2 on top, that looks like a reasonably, I'm not going to say accurate, it's nowhere near accurate, but it looks okay. When that's all painted up, it'll be fine. Okay, so what we need now is a liquid oxygen tank, just like that. So with the washing up liquid bottles, what I've done is cut off the thread. It's quite thick plastic there, so you may need a hacksaw to get the thread off, and then measure 1 inch 25 millimeters from this edge, and then it easily cuts with a knife. It doesn't have to be brutally accurate, but it does need to be concentric. So whatever inside diameter that is, in this case 2 5/8 of an inch, so I'll stick that in there and then pushing that down there, that will give me the right rigid diameter there. So when I do 2 of them, I'll do the same with this one. They'll be back to back, and that will give basically the shape then of the liquid oxygen tank. There's like a hole there, and well, anyway, I'll do all the intricacies a little bit later, but I'll get the basic shape anyway. These need to be covered in, and it's basically 2 of these back to back, but very easy to make, and because of this shape there, it gives the right shape. So I'll do the other one and stick them together, and we'll see what it looks like. So I stuck my 2 ends of washing up liquid bottle together, and as you can see, it gives basically the shape then of the liquid oxygen tank. The gap, where the gap was, where I joined the 2 together, I put a band of 2mm card all the way around. In fact, there are 3 bands. If you look at photographs and video, there are 3 bands going along, so that's about right. Then there is this kind of thing going on this end, and this on the other. I don't know what they are, I don't know what they do, I'm sure nobody does. But if you look closely, it's that basic kind of shape. So I'm gonna, it would normally be on a low loader, but I haven't got a low loader, so it's going to have to be a rail car, that kind of thing, from an old train set. So it's going to sit on there like that. It will need a base like that. I've cut that hole so it will sit, so the rim will sit in there. So that will go on there like so, that on there, and then there is like a rail all the way around like that. So I've cut that kind of, well, marked that kind of shape out on 2mm card and cut it out. So there'll be one this side, one this side, and one at the back. So I'll put those on, and that will basically be it. I'll set it so that it's close to the V2 rocket, and there'll be pipes leading from here to there, and making it look sort of well, complicated, you know. Nobody knows what's going where, and leads and pipes and what have you. So I'll do that. I'll finish this off. I'm not sure about painting on this plastic. I may have to put a thin coat of wall filler on everything, on all the card and the plastic. That will then give me a base for whatever painting I want to do, because painting onto this plastic, it will probably just chip away. So anyway, we'll see how we get on, but that's basically the shape anyway. And I'll finish the rail all the way around, and see what it looks like then. Okay, so let's see where we are now. I put bigger leveling feet on the base of the rocket. I thought the ones I'd put on were a little too small, so we've got bigger leveling feet there, and that's basically the that finished. So that will be the base of the rocket there, like so. And then I made the basket, if you like, of for the oxygen tank. Got to paint it yet, still not quite sure how or what to do with that. But we've got the basket, so that fits in there nice and snugly. And then I've got these two parts of an old train set, just the base. I'm having I'm having to do it like this because there's something I want to show you next. So that will be the oxygen tank. So that's basically finished. Everything all ready for painting now, and still not quite sure how or what to do regarding that, but we'll see. So that's the oxygen tank, and then that's all I intended to do, just the oxygen tank and the base. But on closer inspection of videos and photographs on the internet, well, I don't know what the technical term is, but the thing that holds the rocket up, whatever that is. So I've used a longer base of railway carriage, just took the top off, and that will sit there. I've got to stick it all up, but that basically is the rocket gantry, I suppose. It was two pieces of H section, so 1/2 inch cardboard that way and 1/4 of an inch cardboard that way, and then make an H section with that, and then pieces of barbecue stick in between there, and then I've shaped where the gantry would hold, so it would naturally be like that when it's in position, but I think it looks better at a slight angle like that. So these diameters are the same as the diameter of the rocket, and then just fix those on. And I've just made this with a drinking straw and barbecue stick to make it look like a hydraulic ram that lowers and raises the gantry. Okay, so that now will be the scene. Oxygen tank, gantry, and the base and the rocket. So that will make up the scene. So what I need to do now is work out how to, I mean, I don't know what colours, because everything on the internet is in black and white, so it doesn't really give me much idea of colour. But as everything on the internet is grey, I'll probably paint it grey. So anyway, we'll see what I come up with, and I'll be back in a moment and let you know how I got on. Okay, so I finished the project off. I painted the gantry and the oxygen basket a grey colour with a bit of white dry brushing. Painted the oxygen tank silver, and put a few fuel lines all around the place. So there we are. That's the project finished now. I'll give you a closer look. I put a few buildings in the background, but of course they wouldn't be quite as close as that. So there we are, one V2 rocket launcher. So if you've enjoyed the video, then by all means subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell. This is the kind of thing that I do on a regular basis, so if you're interested, please subscribe. Click the like button, and if you so wish, I've initiated the super thanks button. In the meantime, have a go yourself. Let's get another closer a look. And let me know how you get on. In the meantime, thanks for watching this, and I'll see you in the next video. And as always, I wish you the very best of happy modelling.